Welcome back to the Deep Dive. I'm Lex.
And I'm Vera. We're part of the C9 podcast show.
And it's great to have you with us again, especially our regular listeners, Australia's business owners and C-level executives, many of whom follow C9's insights closely.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving deep into something crucial: AI-powered developer collaboration. We want to explore how it's genuinely reshaping software development and, maybe more importantly, how it can deliver real, measurable efficiency gains for your business right here in Australia.
Yeah, because we know the kinds of frustrations that likely brought you here. Things like wrestling with those clunky old legacy systems, or seeing operational costs just creep up and up, missing growth targets because the tech feels like it's holding you back, not pushing you forward.
And that underlying worry maybe about not having the right in-house tech expertise to actually make the leap, that uncertainty.
Exactly. And standing still isn't really an option, is it? The data we're seeing suggests it's actually quite dangerous.
It really is. If your teams are still stuck in fragmented manual ways of working, well, your competitors using these newer AI models, they're reportedly pushing projects out 30, even 50% faster.
50%. That's not just an efficiency gap, that's a potential survival threat.
It is. And think about this in Australia. Only about half, 51% of enterprises feel they can confidently measure the ROI on their AI spend.
So the other half is basically flying blind, exposed to data issues, security risks, falling behind without even maybe realizing the full extent of it.
Precisely. Which is why AI-powered collaboration isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's becoming the strategic imperative, the way to tackle those threats head-on. It's foundational now.
Okay, so let's get into that. Let's talk about this rise of AI and what you call the agent manager model. Sounds like a big shift.
It is. Look, in 2025, AI isn't niche, it's mainstream. Economic pressures in Australia are demanding leaner operations, smarter ways of working. And generative AI is right at the heart of it, augmenting the developer's main tool, the IDE, or Integrated Development Environment.
And you mentioned tools people might know, like GitHub Copilot or Cursor, but it's more than just getting code suggestions, right? You said it changes the developer's role.
Fundamentally, they're moving from being the person writing every single line of code, like the mechanic, to becoming more like an agent manager.
Agent manager, like managing a team of AIs.
Kind of, yeah. Think of it like managing a fleet. The developer isn't building every component from scratch. They're directing specialized AI agents. Maybe one AI handles the front-end user interface, another optimizes the back-end logic, a third runs automated quality tests.
So the human sets the strategy, the direction, and the AI handles the grunt work, the repetitive stuff.
Exactly. And the results, so they're pretty staggering. We're talking saved costs, faster delivery. The numbers show 82% of developers use AI tools weekly. Nearly 60% are juggling 3 or more simultaneously.
Get this globally. Google says 25% of their code is now AI generated, a quarter.
Right. And translating that into business impact, AI in the IDE boosts code quality, cuts errors by up to 40%. 40% fewer bugs to fix later.
Okay, that's huge.
And there was a big 12-month global study showing a nearly 32% reduction in just the review cycle for code changes. Think about what that means for your senior engineers.
Less time bogged down in reviews.
Exactly. Almost a third less time on that tedious oversight. It frees them up for the high-level strategic thinking, the stuff you really pay them for.
And speaking of senior engineers, this is where it gets really interesting for anyone struggling with tech talent, right? That same study found a 44% productivity boost specifically for senior engineers.
44%. In a market where finding and keeping top tech talent is tough and expensive, getting almost half as much output again from your existing senior team, that's a massive win.
That could solve a lot of headaches.
And this isn't just theoretical. In Australia, AI adoption is already at 52%, according to A Group data. Industries like finance, education, healthcare, they're leading the charge.
Why them specifically?
Well, think about it. High data volumes, complex regulations. In healthcare, for example, efficiency isn't just about cost. It's about patient outcomes and strict compliance needs. Automation becomes essential.
Okay, the potential is clearly massive, but efficiency gains like that, they often come with risks if you're not careful. Which brings us to this idea of the AI Cowboys. What's that about?
Right, this is the crucial bit. It's tempting to go for what seems like a quick, cheap AI fix, and that's where you run into what we call vibes coding.
Vibes coding sounds Informal.
Extremely informal. It's basically an unstructured approach. Someone, maybe a vendor, maybe a freelancer trying to cut corners, just throw some vague prompts at an AI, hoping for the best. No real planning, no proper integration, no serious testing, just vibes.
Okay, sounds cheap up front. But why is that actually devastating for a business leader worried about, compliance and the bottom line?
Because the hidden costs are astronomical. Vibes coding creates code that's practically unmaintainable. If your team can't understand or easily update what the AI spat out, our sources say maintenance costs can shoot up by 50% or more.
50%. So any upfront saving is just gone. And then some.
Wiped out. Worse still, you're baking in security vulnerabilities. That quickly generated code probably wasn't checked properly, wasn't integrated securely. For Australian businesses, that's a direct threat to complying with the Privacy Act. One bad AI-generated bit of code could cause a major breach.
Can you maybe give a quick example? Make it concrete.
Sure. Imagine a new customer portal, built fast by an AI cowboy. The AI made a login screen, okay, but maybe the API calls weren't secured properly or sensitive data gets logged where it shouldn't because nobody checked.
Right.
Then when you try to scale it up, it breaks. Downtime, lost sales, maybe customer data gets exposed. And the worst part, the cowboy coder is long gone, and your internal team has this mess they don't understand and can't fix easily. It's a ticking time bomb.
That dependency risk, the compliance nightmare, that's terrifying, which must be why orchestration is so critical. Andrew Ng said something about AI speed being lost without it.
He did. His point was that if you don't orchestrate these powerful tools properly, their speed is wasted. They just become bottlenecks if used badly. You need a plan.
You need strategy, not just speed.
Exactly. It underlines why your implementation strategy, the how, is everything. You need a partner who ensures AI is used ethically, securely, and sustainably.
Okay, so if that proper orchestration is the key, and a business needs that strategic approach for, say, custom software or apps or integrating systems, what should they look for in a partner? What does that structure look like?
It needs to be smart and secure. Today, a really effective partner uses a blended hybrid model, combining offshore cost efficiency with crucial onshore expertise.
Hybrid, so part local, part offshore.
Yeah. And it's not just about saving money, although, it often cuts development costs by 20–40%. The really critical part is having that local Australian expertise managing the key stages. That guarantees you understand the local market, the culture, and crucially that you're meeting Australian standards, like the Australian Cybersecurity Center guidelines.
That makes sense, because my first thought might be, doesn't offshore introduce more risk, especially around compliance?
It can if it's not managed tightly. But with strong local oversight, clear governance rules, which is what a proven partner like C9 provides, based on delivering over 350 projects for clients like PwC and CSIRO, you get the best of both worlds. Speed, cost savings, and local compliance.
Okay, so that's for whole projects, but what if a company has an existing team and just wants to add some specific AI skills, not fully outsource?
That's a common scenario. And that's where staff augmentation fits in. It's about bringing in targeted AI-savvy experts to boost your current team's capabilities, fill those knowledge gaps.
And how does that work contractually? Is it flexible?
Very flexible. We offer monthly rolling contracts if needed. But honestly, for leaders focused on getting the best ROI, we really recommend looking at a 3 to 6 month minimum commitment.
Why the longer lock-in? If AI makes things faster, why commit for months?
Good question. It's because that sustained period is where the real magic happens. The deep integration, the knowledge transfer back to your team, the data shows these AI-centric workflows can yield 2x, even 3x productivity gains.
2 to 3 times?
Yeah, but that comes from that sustained alignment and integration over time. And critically, with augmentation, you stay in control. You own the strategy, the augmented staff just empower your team to execute at that higher speed.
Okay, the benefits seem clear: faster, better, more productive teams. But you keep coming back to planning. Even with AI writing code super fast, why is that initial discovery phase still so important? Can't the AI just figure out the scope and cost?
Ah, the dream. But no, AI speeds up execution, not strategy. If you put garbage instructions in, you just get garbage out faster, skipping that upfront discovery. That's linked to, believe it or not, 70% of project failures. 70%. Doesn't matter how good the AI tools are.
Wow, so discovery is like the GPS setting for the AI race car.
Exactly. A 30 to 60-minute discovery call isn't a sales pitch. It's risk mitigation. It's where we properly understand your pain points, your goals, what's driving this need now. We map out phases, spot risks early, build that collaborative roadmap together.
So the AI accelerates towards the right target.
Precisely, which avoids the trap of indicative pricing.
Ah, yes, explain that. What's the danger there?
Indicative pricing happens when you skip proper discovery. The vendor doesn't really know the details, so they guess. They round up. They might quote, say, 50K based on assumptions.
Okay.
But then, because the detailed planning was skipped, unexpected complexities pop up during development. Scope creep happens. Suddenly, that $50K quote blows out to 75K or more.
Whereas discovery-based pricing is based on the actual roadmap you built.
Exactly. It's precise. It might calculate the total cost accurately at, say, $42,000. But even better, it lets you break the project into smart stages. Maybe stage 1 costs $15. But it's designed to deliver a quick win, like 20% operational savings.
Ah, so that first stage can actually help pay for the next one.
Precisely. Discovery turns a potentially scary capital expense into a staged, self-funding investment. That's the difference.
That's moving from just buying tech to investing in sustainable growth.
You got it. That's the strategic way to think about it.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. The potential with AI in development is huge productivity boosts up to 50%, maybe 90% of code being AI written soon. But for you, the executive listening, the real key is you need an integrated approach. Smart planning, ethical and compliant implementation, and making sure that knowledge gets shared, not siloed.
And that leads to a final thought for you to consider. If AI demands this kind of precise alignment and faster execution, how ready are your current internal processes to keep up? And maybe more immediately, what small initial project like a focused MVP could you kick off now to generate some quick savings that could fund your next big strategic move?
That's the crucial question, and we want to help you answer it. The best first step. Schedule a free discovery call with C9. We're Australia's leading custom software, apps, integration, and database developer company.
Let us show you how our blended, trustworthy approach merges that essential local expertise with the power of AI acceleration to solve your biggest challenges around efficiency and growth.
You really can transform your software development, unlock significant cost savings, boost efficiency, and drive the growth you're aiming for. Find us online at www.c9.com.au.
Thanks for diving deep with us today into the future of development. It's an exciting time.
It really is. And please don't forget to hit that follow button and share this deep dive with colleagues or anyone else you think could benefit from this knowledge. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.